In this episode, I wanted to talk about the process. I just had an epiphany about the process, and I think you guys need to understand something about the crowdfunding process before you get started. Hey, this is Dr. Letitia Wright, and you're listening to the Get Crowdfunded Now podcast. This podcast is for anybody who's interested in crowdfunding. You want to learn about raising money for your business, investing, or even how to raise money for a charity using crowdfunding. I'm your host, Dr. Letitia Wright, America's crowdfunding strategist and a crowdfunding expert that's actually been there, done that, and got the money. Thanks for hanging with us. Here's today's podcast. All right. I'm back. It's been a little bit before since I've made a podcast, but I'm back from travel and back from resting and back from all the festivities. I had one 5 day period where I went to a wedding, a funeral, and a and parties and galas and fundraisers, and it was just kind of crazy for a minute. So no podcasts had been made, but thank you for hanging in and thank you for tuning in to this one. If you are listening on Apple and iTunes, or even if you're not, go over to Apple and iTunes and do me a favor, give us a rating. That means click one of the stars and give us a review, meaning write a couple of sentences about why you like the podcast. When you give us a rating and a review, what it does is that it helps iTunes show this to more people that would be interested. They need the rating and reviews to figure out who to show it to and who it would best fit. So you can help more people discover this podcast just by adding your 2 cents. Your 2 cents is important. So thank you so much for doing that. I wanted to talk about the process, the process. Um, you gotta love the process of anything that you're doing. Um, when you're doing your business, your business, that sounds terrible. Are you doing your business? It's not 1952. Are you doing your business? Are you doing your business? What I mean is, any business that you has processes. Any processes that you don't like, I thoroughly believe in hiring and delegating them out. You don't like doing your accounting? Find someone who does. You don't like doing your email? Find someone who does. Whatever it is in your business, you have to find someone in the business, if it's not you, to take it over and do it. The processes have to be done, and you have to love the process to get through them and not live a miserable life. Well, there's a process to crowdfunding. I happen to really enjoy the process, but there are pieces of the process that a lot of clients find out they don't like so much. They're not that excited with it. They don't want to do it. Crowdfunding does involve sales. And when clients find out they have to do some selling and they don't want to do it, and they forget, well, if you're not going to do it, you're going to have to find some people or create a team that's doing it. Depending upon how big your project is, that will inform you as to how many team members you would need. But I just want to shift your mind around the process. I want people to really understand there is a process going on, and to do it well, you have to really like it. When you don't like the process, it really, really just does not go well. Um, I have a lot of people who uh, have great projects, they have great ideas, and they usually talk to me way too soon. They're just in the idea form in their head, and they're excited about their idea and they want to sit around and discuss their idea, but they're not even close to being ready to actually do the crowdfunding. We do business crowdfunding, and so if your business isn't even formed, then it's not quite yet time to really start figuring out the crowdfunding. You do have to put together a business, especially if you're looking for the type of crowdfunding where you're looking for investors. Now, is there a type of crowdfunding you can do and not have your business together? Yes. But if you're going to be looking for investors, if you're going to be looking for people to give you large sums of money, you kind of have to have your paperwork in order. So you got to know what you're doing. Um, so there are a lot of nuances to crowdfunding. There are a lot of nuances to crowdfunding. One of the things I'm talking about a lot right now, because it's October, we're about to go into the holiday season, is crowdfunding as a sales tool and a different way of using crowdfunding. You can use crowdfunding as a sales tool and increase your holiday sales without going on sale. In other words, without being a super discount, without being 40, 50, 60, 70% off to try to make a buck. Most of us cannot win the go low on price game. It's a downward spiral that you really can't win, because even if you're just a solopreneur, your time and energy is going into the services that you give, and you wind up not really getting paid enough to survive. And so being the low price leader is the worst position in the world, because it's very difficult to defend. I mean, who can beat Walmart at being the low price leader? And saying, well, I'm going to charge them low this time because I'm going to get them back and I'm going to get them higher on something else is highly risky, because you don't know what's going to be happening with the market next time. It's highly risky because you don't know where they're going to go. There are so many different choices that people can make that you may get them back, but you may not get them back. I mean, you have to really have your sales game down tight. It's actually not that people get them back the next time they come and buy. What they do is that they have a very low price, and when they buy, boom, right then and there when they purchase, they upsell them right then and there. So if you don't have a mechanism to upsell the person exactly at the time of purchase, you won't get that same effect that you're seeing other people get. I think people are thinking the person's going to be my customer, and then next week, next month, next summer, they're going to come back and buy from me. But that's not how that mechanism really works. How it works is the low price leaders get you in on a low price, and as soon as you put your money down, boom, they're selling you something else, like you can't even catch your breath before they're upselling you something else. And if you're online, your your web pages have to do that exactly that way. If you're on the phone doing sales and you're doing a super low price, you have to do it exactly that way. If you're crowdfunding and you're trying to get them in at the very low price, boom, you've got to try to upsell them to something else on your crowdfunding platform to really make the money. But being the low price leader is just it's a miserable way to go, because there's always someone else who can go lower, 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 and then there's always somebody else who says, I will give it to you for free. So I just wanted you to think about that in your business, think about that in your crowdfunding, and just think about how can you love the process. Thank you for listening to the podcast, and please share it out with your friends. I appreciate it so much. And you can financially support the podcast with 99 cents a month, or $4.99 a month, or $9.99 a month. That's right. Surprise! It's crowdfunding. Hey, you can support the podcast any way you like here on anchor.fm. I appreciate that. And I've got a special gift. Those of you who are supporting at the $9.99 a month will get a review of your projects. Normally I charge $250 an hour, but for my sweet and generous supporters, I am here for you. So you do whatever you want to do to help me, and I am going to help you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again next time. Remember, ignoring one's conscience is neither safe nor right.